Hey everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Been a while, guys. Busy times, really busy times. Thank you to everybody who contacted me asking if I was okay. You guys didn't have to do that, but just want to let you know, here I am, I'm fine. My buddy Adam, hey man, it's just been crazy times. Thank you for writing to me, asking if everything was all right, but I'm back. Plan on being back for a few reviews that I have lined up. But work's been crazy, guys. It's just been pretty insane between work and, a lot of family stuff going on. Nothing bad, but just a lot of events on weekends and things like that that, take priority over this channel sometimes. And my wife and I just got back from spring training yesterday. I went down there to see the Giants with a bunch of friends of ours. We love our Giants, love spring training. It's been years since I've been down there, so thought we'd head down there for a few days, as I said, with a group of friends, and we had a great time. Glad baseball season's back. Looking forward to it. Work wasn't so bad today, so I thought maybe it was a good time to get back, get back on the wagon and throw a little review out there before I get dinner going in just a few minutes. So here we are, Old Granddad. This is the 80 proof version of Old Granddad, guys. I think I reviewed every other whiskey from that line, from the Old Granddad line, which is made by Jim Beam. But I think we've done the I want to say there's an 86 proof, the bonded, the 100 proof, and then the 114 as well. This is the base whiskey version, the base version of Old Granddad. As I said, it's owned by Jim Beam now, but the name Old Granddad's been around a long time, 1882, I believe, 1882, and it was started by a guy named Raymond B. Hayden. And Raymond B. Hayden, he started Old Granddad as a tribute to his grandfather. After his grandfather passed, he found some of his old bourbon recipes and with the high rye mash bill. And he thought he'd start pumping out whiskey in honor of his granddad. So this guy on the bottle right here, that picture you see, that's his grandfather, a guy named Basil Hayden. You guys might know that name. Jim Beam, they make a few whiskeys with the name Basil Hayden on there. You got the bourbon. They have the bourbon we reviewed on here, and I love this stuff. It's really good stuff. They also have a dark rye version of the Basil Hayden whiskey, which I'd love to try. Basil Hayden himself, he was a big believer that a high rye mash bill just made for a better whiskey, and I agree. I love rye in I love high rye bourbons. I love rye whiskey. So Old Granddad, I'm not sure. It's supposed to be close to the old stuff. It's supposed to be pretty close to this day to the old stuff, and I'm a big fan, guys. I love Old Granddad. I've told you guys before that I love Old Granddad, and it's definitely one of the great bargains out there. This bottle here, as I said, is the 80 proof version, and it was about $15.50 before tax. I think it was $15.49. So we're talking $17 probably out the door. So definitely a working man's whiskey, and pretty readily available. Most places I go seem to carry Old Granddad. And I'll read you the label here. It says, since 1882, the unique marriage of body and flavor in Old Granddad whiskey has been the standard by which all others are judged. Discover the high rye content and legendary time-honored excellence of the distiller's craft found in every bottle. And made in Claremont, Kentucky, of course. And as I said, this is the 80 proof version of Old Granddad. It just says it's a high rye mash bill, and then below Basil's picture here, it says the granddaddy of bourbon. So he's definitely considered to be one of the founding fathers of of bourbon whiskey, and it's good stuff, guys. Let's get into this. All right. So one of the kind of signature things about Basil Hayden's that I always see that makes it stand out. First of all, you see that orange label there, and then you look at the whiskey though, and it's got a good orange tint to it. See it in the bottle there. Nice, kind of a little bit dark, kind of orange tint to it. Doesn't look quite as dark in the glass, but still has a little bit of that darkness to it. I don't know if they add any color or anything, but I kind of just care. I care what the whiskey tastes like, guys, and if it's a good bargain or not. So let's check it out. And on the nose, I love the nose of. I know Old Granddad when I smell it. Yeah, before I even taste it, I can tell it's Old Granddad. You get a bit of that, corn sweetness to it. Some oak, definitely some rye spice in there, but it's got it's a citrusy type smell. But I want to say it's more like an orange candy type smell, and I love that smell, guys. It just makes me think of relaxing with a glass of this stuff, just hanging out and not doing a whole lot. Just this is the kind of whiskey I would sit on the porch and drink with my buddies, or just a good hangout whiskey. Nothing too serious that you can put in a cocktail, but also drink it neat. I like to drink it neat. So just get into the taste. Go right for it. And guys, I've heard some people say some not so great things about Old Granddad. Yeah, as I'm tasting this, just thinking of some things. I went to Virginia City, Nevada, a few years back with my wife, going to the Bucket of Blood Saloon. They're more known for their Bloody Marys over there, but bartender asked me what I wanted. Told her I wanted some Old Granddad, and she looked at me and she's like, "Are you sure?" Just the way she said it, I got to be honest with you, I was a little offended by it, just because I think this is good stuff. Yeah, it's a bottom shelf whiskey, but there's some good value on the bottom shelf, and this one to me is one of my preferred bottom shelf whiskeys. And when I hear people talk bad about it. Maybe it's maybe it's the high rye content in the whiskey, where it gives it too much of a bite for some people. I like that bite. To me, it's more of that spiciness on the back of your tongue that goes down goes all the way down to your belly. So it definitely has a little bit of I don't know what you want to call it, bite or burn, but it's not because of any nasty flavors to me. I don't get anything nasty out of the flavor of this whiskey here. It's just a basic, it's not fancy or anything, but it's a basic bottom shelf drinkable whiskey that I think is very underrated. I think it's still a good quality whiskey, especially at the price. And if I see a bottle of Old Granddad, or if I see it next to something on the middle shelf for $25, that's a decent whiskey, I'm probably still going with Old Granddad. I mean, I think bottom shelf whiskeys have a lot to offer, and especially this one. So definitely recommend getting a bottle of anything Old Granddad. As I said, this is the 80 proof. There's also the 86. The bonded, which is 100 proof, and then the 114. And each one gets a little bit better, than the last. Just natural, I think. For a rating, guys, I have no problem giving an old granddad 80 proof, an 86 out of 100. 86 out of 100. I think it's great value. Um, don't turn your nose up at a whiskey before you try it. Go out there, try it out. If you don't like it, oh well. For 15 and a half bucks, maybe if you don't like it neat, maybe you find a good mixer. If that's what you want to do. But I'll keep drinking this stuff straight, and I'll endorse this every time, guys. So that's going to be about it for old Granddad. I'll take another sip because that's going to be one big final sip. That's about a shot and a half or so. So I'll just take a little sip and then kill it when this is done. All right, guys. So want to let you know that, as I said, I plan on being back for a while. Before I go again, it's going to be kind of hit and miss. Right now, I'm jumping back and forth between jobs in Healdsburg, here in Sonoma County. We're doing a hotel in one part of town, and then a winery in another part of town. So days are getting pretty busy. But the work is good. The work is definitely good. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know that I might be a little hit and miss from time to time, but every time I have a chance to do a review, I'll be back on here. And we had this one today. I think the next two I'm going to do that I have waiting up in the cabinet are there's another high rye bourbon that I'm going to review. It's a pretty young bourbon, but I've seen this stuff, 1,000 times in the store. I've never tried out their product before and tried it out, and I was pleasantly surprised. So, and it's definitely a working man's whiskey as well. It's under $20. So we'll talk about that one probably next time. And then I also want to talk about kind of an iconic whiskey. It's a blended whiskey, I'll tell you that right now. But we'll try it out. That'll probably be in a couple reviews from now. We'll try it out straight just to see. I know it's a blended whiskey. I don't drink too many blended whiskeys just neat. But just to see what it has to offer. And then we're going to make a drink with it as well. So that's my plan, to do that high rye bourbon next time. And then we'll make a drink after that with the next review. So that's all I have going right now, guys. Looking forward to talking to you soon. It won't be long. I promise it won't be as long this time. But thanks for hanging with me, being patient. And that's all I got for you today. Until next time, cheers.